Yo, what's good guys? It's your boy Limited Talks here, and today we're talking about Disney's Cruella. Now, Disney's Cruella is two sides of the same coin. Well, one people say like, it's good. It's good to okay, versus people say it's okay to like why do we need this? But I kind of want to go over Cruella's numbers in a sense, because Cruella's numbers is such a very weird thing to even talk about, because there's not really a lot of numbers we can go off of for Disney's Cruella. We kind of know how much money it made, but we don't know anything about the streaming numbers, because they may be a huge streaming success, but over there in the box office, not so likely. But I want to look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores for all three of the movies that have been out for the last couple weeks, which is Cruella, A Quiet Place Part 2, and The Conjuring 3, pretty much. So Cruella's numbers for the critics has been it has been great. The critics pretty much say it's a 74%, which is not terrible. But again, this is not certified fresh. In my opinion, if this was a good movie, this was certified fresh already. Because again, it's a Disney movie. Critics need that Disney money. They're willing to bend the knee to Disney. We all know they are. But I want to take a look at the audience score of a 97% with over 2,500 plus verified reviews or ratings. So, does this technically mean they're deleting reviews? Because there's no way Cruella should have a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. How come this has a 97%? In fact, it hasn't even gone down. I'm pretty sure fans looked at this like a couple of days ago, and it was a 98 or something like that. It's around in the 90s, in the high 90s. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure it was in the very high 90s. This may still be the same number a couple of days ago. So what that means, this number does not change, and Rotten Tomatoes must be deleting reviews to bump up the rating for Cruella. Versus The Quiet Place, which has a 91 and 93. I think this means that Quiet Place is a really good movie, and the fact of that this film there's so much better based off of everything. Everything the ratings are so good. The Conjuring is The Conjuring. Let's be honest. The Conjuring's ratings don't really matter as long as it makes money, because that's what it does. It makes money. That's the reason why they keep on making it. But I'm going to look over here at Deadline and see how Paramount restructured the movie, going with The Quiet Place Part 2, 57 million opening, and Cruella dazzled with 27 million. In my opinion, that should have been double to triple. If Disney says itself this is going to be the start of something new for us, we need to start out with some new the movie I think that a lot of people will really like, which is Cruella. I don't know why Cruella needs an origin story, but Cruella, I guess, gets her own origin story. Every single evil character is going to get her own origin story of why they became evil. So, talking about how Paramount's Quiet Place is crushing it, having grossed 19.3 million on Friday, including a 4.8 million Thursday night previews. Saturday eased 22% to 15 million. The studio's Sunday came in lighter than expected, but no big deal, as numbers this past weekend were fantastic. The Quiet Place 2 grossed 13 million yesterday for a revised 3-day that's now at 47.4 million and a 57 mil 4-day weekend, with the opening at 3,700 movie theaters and This average isn't too far from the 60 million which the John Krasinski directed sequel was anticipating to do in a 3-day opening pre-pandemic. Well, this is post-pandemic. Well, not even post. It's still in the pandemic for some people, but this is a lot of people got the shots now, and these are good numbers for a movie. I guess some people were expecting to see The Quiet Place come out pre-pandemic, and it's doing these type of numbers. It's no wonder the fact that people are really excited to see this film. Is this no words? There's no words. Thank you, sir. It's a classic horror film. So Disney Cruella posted 7.2 million on Saturday, -6% from Friday's 7.7 million, including Thursday's previews. Disney is calling the weekend at 21.3, with the 4-day at 26.8 at 3,892 theaters. So pretty much is at less theaters. At less theaters, A Quiet Place is pretty much dominated. It's pretty much dominated Cruella. think about that. At less theaters, the Quiet Place beat out Cruella by at least a span of at least like 30 mil. I'm not kind of the streaming, because I don't know what the streaming really entails, because streaming, it can be like whatever, because they could just pull numbers out of the ass, really, to be honest, to make up for it. It has usually programmed the Memorial Day weekend like Godzilla vs. Kong. What Cruella indicates is that if it wasn't on Disney Plus maybe at $29.99, it could have been more money, at least here in the United States. The good news for domestic viewers is that audiences are choosing to watch the movies in theaters. In all fairness to Disney, they did lean into the marketing campaign, especially with the fashion promo partners, which was intended to spur theatrical movie-going traffic. But the problem is it more convenient for people to sit at home to watch a movie? So like $30 for a movie, in my opinion, don't really spend $30 for a movie like Mulan. Like, don't say that. Like, I would say this: wait until the movie comes out for free on Disney Plus, because it's gonna be free on Disney Plus anyway. There's no point in paying the $30. But you want to watch a movie immediately, you would spend the $30 to go watch it, or you would go to the movie theater. In my opinion, the movie theater is a lot better, instead of like doing the $30 and having like, oh, you have this short period of time to watch this movie, but you don't own the movie. It's where you buy the movie, but you don't own the movie. So it's not a good investment. Anyway, that's what this article. But I want to go over here to the next article, which is talking about China's box office, which Disney Cruella struts to a $1.8 million opening day. Now, this was yesterday actually, so pretty much it didn't do that well over there in China. But Fast and Furious 9, oh yeah, trust me, China. Hey, listen, Fast and Furious 9. I don't know, John Cena had to apologize or some shit, and then boom, market went up. But it's a very slow day for Cruella anyway, because I think it's gonna keep on slowing down and down, because I just don't think that a lot of people are gonna be watching Cruella. They're gonna be watching reviews of Cruella, and then they might say, oh, I might go out there and watch it. I mean, is it a bad movie? Possibly not. I don't know, because I haven't rewatched it. But so far, Cruella coming on a very slow opening day in China. But again, this was on a Sunday, so we have to wait and see what the review numbers are. Hey, we'll have another article by Deadline, which is Reign of Horror. Conjuring 3 leads weekend to as a global comes as a hit at 57 million. A Quiet Place goes to 138 million worldwide. So if you're going here, so The Conjuring, again, another massive hit for pretty much the movie theaters. The Conjuring 3 went out early in just 2 offshore hubs last season and expanded with another 41 markets this weekend. The latest in the hit horror series that returns paranormal investigators Lauren and Ed Warren has pushed a group of 7 films to 1.86 billion globally, the top horror franchise ever. For this James Wan helm installment, the overseas total is 33.1 mil, and 57.1 worldwide. Conjuring ranks number 1 in 31 of its launch markets in this frame, and like for likes, it's tracking 12% ahead of Annabelle and 30% over the first Conjuring at today's rates. West Side of Mexico, which leans into horror. As Korea rebounds, it puts Conjuring 3 at number 1 for 3.1 star at 900 sites. Come of its sophomore session, the UK leads all play at 7.5 million. There are still 20 markets to come over for the next few months. But after being a fantastic 20 million in just 12 markets last weekend, the John Krasinski helm A Quiet Place picked up another 19.2 mil in 16 markets. That marks the offshore running total of 50 mil and worldwide to 138.6 mil, which I think is obviously insane. That thing like that in the span of 2 weeks, just about that, it went as 138 mil worldwide. In fact, it has and the country has 57.1 mil worldwide, which it shows you that people are really going to the movie theaters to watch these 2 films. But what about Cruella? Now that's a good question. Last frame, Disney's Cruella saw a scant 7% drop in those same opening markets, taking 18.6 in a total of 36 territories. This lifts the offshore come to 43.4 and gives the Emma Stone Stella a worldwide total of 87.1 mil. Now, I want you to take a look at this. So this is Cruella. So Cruella right now has 87.1 mil. That's worldwide as of right now. But I want you to take a look at to see when did the Conjuring 3 exactly come out. It came out June 4th. And think about this. June 4th through what, the 7th? It has made 57.1 million worldwide. Versus Cruella, which came out May 28th. So in the span of only 4 days, the Conjuring 3 made 57.1 million worldwide. Versus it pretty much took them to Cruella almost about, how I say it, I would say, let's see, May 28th, it's about 2 weeks, about 87.1 million. So pretty much the Conjuring will beat out Cruella at this rate if it continues the way that it does. But again, it's just a scant 7% drop. So Cruella keeps on dropping while A Quiet Place and the Conjuring will keep on rising. For people who may say Cruella's not that interesting to watch, I don't also want to pay $30 on Disney Plus to go ahead and watch it. I'll just wait for it until it's free, and then Disney can say, "Oh yeah, a lot of people were streaming Cruella because of course they can say that because they have to say that because they have no other choice. They have to make up lies to then get the point across." But the most interesting I saw was that Cruella is apparently getting a sequel. Now, I don't know about you, but does this deserve a sequel? I don't think so. I mean, here's the thing. My thing is, if it makes $500 million, maybe. But based on the fact of both Disney Plus and the movie theaters, I think it's nowhere near that number. How come Disney Plus gets a sequel? But the fact that I think honestly, as most audience goers are gonna be like, I don't really care for Cruella's past. Like, it doesn't make any sense that Cruella gets her own origin story. Like, Maleficent got her own origin story because Disney wants to get the evil characters a good background. Like, there's a reason why they're evil. It's like, there's a reason why. There's a reason why most of these things just don't get a sequel because they're not good. But Disney doesn't care. As long as Disney makes that Chinese dollar, which they didn't make with Cruella in the first opening day, but we have to wait and see what the other numbers say. Cruella de Vil can't be stopped, and from the sounds of it, Disney is looking to keep her around. After last week's successful release, very successful release, I would say that 27 million, A Quiet Place, 57 million. Wasn't a successful launch. It's what the media has to say. With the villain's origin story to the streaming service Disney Plus and its select theaters, a sequel seems to be on its way. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the studio is in the early stages of developing a sequel to the Emma Stone-starred feature film. Director Craig Gillespie and screenwriter Tony McNamara will return the beginning of talks. There's no word on where the story could go from here. The high audience score on Rotten Tomatoes was currently sitting at 97%. When was this article written exactly? June 5th. Okay, so that means that thing has been standing there for a while. That score has been standing there for about 3 to 4 days. That means that number has not changed. That means Rotten Tomatoes has to be doing something with the reviews because there's legit no way that movie can stay at a 97%. It would have just gone down a couple points. It will still have. And a stellar cinema score for the feature might have swayed things. Cruella wasn't initially safe for theatrical release before the pandemic caused it to play both theaters and on Disney Plus. It'd be interesting to see if a sequel is exclusive to one or the other. Cruella is just one in a litany of live-action remakes, blah, blah, blah. We've seen mentioning Ursula from The Little Mermaid, should be on the docket next. I don't understand, why does he care so much about giving evil characters, their own origin story? Why? I don't know why, but they just need to. I don't understand. Because Ursula's now getting her own one. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they're getting their own ones, but man, I just think that it's going down here from Disney because Disney's running out of ideas. You can easily tell they're running out of ideas at Disney. The look at Cruella's backstory has certainly received mixed reviews from the critics. IndieWire's Kate Urbanham wrote in a B- review that Cruella ends with both a definitive answer to "Hey, what made Cruella this way?" and a kind of hedging that seems to listen to both rework the Disney canon. The answer is, of course not. She's a nut who wants to kill dogs and leave open room for more films. Because I watched Angry Joe's review, Cruella, I know not the best, it may not be the best one, but it's like, I never liked Cruella anyway. Like, she wants to just kill dogs for like no reason. But in this one, it's like, you know, the cast is good, the score is good, but it's like, Cruella's just an evil person. Like, it doesn't change the fact of what she has done, but it's like she has an evil, like, she was an evil boss or whatever. It's like, you try to make me feel sympathy for her, but it's like, I just don't understand why. Like, why should I feel sympathy for someone who's so evil and wants to hurt dogs? Conversely, Paul Walter Hauser, who played Horse in the film, has been franked about his views on this critiquing the feature. In the recent interview with Inside, the actor said, "If you feel you hated 2 things, but we did though these 5 other things great, then you can't tell people not to see the movie. That's ridiculous. It's like me telling you not to get the restaurants because I didn't like the toilet paper in the bathroom and my wedding was unattractive. You'd be like, how was the chicken?" So that's my whole take on film criticism. Okay, so it's like saying like, oh well, you know, you can't one thing may be bad, but something else is like really good. Like, oh, the chicken was great, but I don't like the waiter, but that's whatever. But I just think it's interesting that Cruella is just kind of getting a sequel at this point, even though I feel like it shouldn't get a sequel. But I guess Maleficent got a sequel, so I guess it makes sense that Cruella's gonna get her own sequel. I guess it does. But anyway, we're looking at this article by Pirates and Princesses saying about Disney Plus Cruella outperformed by Mulan and Army of the Dead. Now, I was looking at some reports that Mulan beat out Cruella because I think Cruella played like 37% less of homes. Because I think all people probably realize the fact of, I'm not paying $30 again for a movie that I know is just gonna come out free later. This is I just think that's the case. Mind, this came out on June 2nd. I was quite looking forward to Cruella, yes, in a positive way. Press was going around, it would put a gay character in a position that couldn't be easily erased. The visual side looked interesting, the costume design was fresh and fun. Emma Stone looked like a far classier version of Harley Quinn than what DC has given us on film so far. She appeared to be having fun in the role in a way that lacks all my usual, I can't say that word, what's the I know? Psychonisms. I don't say that word. I was hoping for the best. Then the Dog Jim Cam TM scene happened and the movie turned into a meme. Sadly, there's more bad news for Disney's Cruella. Over the Memorial Day weekend, the film failed to match not only Mulan's numbers from last year, but also Zack Snyder's big, dumb, direct-to-video looking Army of the Dead. Hey, listen, Army of the Dead, it was dumb, it was fun. I don't really care. I don't care if it was bad. I just love it. It's like there's so many plot holes. It's like, yeah, it's a freaking zombie movie. Like, nothing's gonna make sense in this film. Deadlines shown off the numbers, and they are not pretty. During the Labor Day weekend of 2020, Mulan scored a 1.12 million viewers in the United States. What did Cruella pull in this year's holiday weekend? 686K, a drop of almost 39%. Both films were also premium releases, commanding a $30 cost to own them during the premiere. What was it that Mulan had that Cruella lacked? Mulan didn't live up to her animated counterpart on many levels, and some hilarious action sequences that were as baffling as the Dalmatians attack mommy scene. Maybe it was the fact that Mulan was Disney Plus' first feature premium film. Maybe it was the marketing. Maybe because Mulan was a hero and Cruella was the mad woman that wanted skin puppies. I think what made Mulan better was the fact that, like, this was his first premium film. So again, like, people didn't know what premium meant. Like, they did. I think pretty sure they told you how much it cost before it came out. It's like, okay, $30. Okay, people say, okay, I'm gonna spend the $30 the first time because you may never know, you might not get it later on, and then after you realize, like, you bought it, oh, it'll come out free later. It's like, I spent $30 for nothing. In fact, I don't even get to keep the film. Like, it reverts back to being like, oh, you have to buy it, pay it again. I don't know how long it is because I haven't bought a film for Disney Plus yet, but if that's the case, why would the heck want to pay $30 for it when I know if okay, I can just wait like a week or however long they keep it up there. I say it's like a week to 3 weeks, then it becomes free. What's the whole point of me paying $30 for it? And also, Mulan may have been bad, but Cruella, at least Mulan had a really good and had a good animated film. Like, it was really, really good. I know people like probably who watch the film want to watch it because, again, it's Mulan. It's like, it was a great anime film. Like, I want to watch it because it's Mulan. Mulan was a really cool movie. But then you realize the fact that, like, I paid $30 for this? For this crap? I'm not doing this again. And people's like, oh man, Cruella's getting her own movie. I'm not paying $30 for that. I was waiting for it to come out free on Disney Plus. It's like, and that's what people do. That's what people probably did. They did not want to pay $30 again for Cruella because they made the mistake of doing it for Mulan. Disney was quick to point out that something was indeed to play a tribute to the following viewership choice. Yes, since theaters and streaming services are a bit fuller in regards to content than they were during the throes of the pandemic, people have more choice during Memorial Day weekend, according to a Disney spokesperson. Memorial Day weekend marked the first time consumers had a substantial choice in movie viewing since the onset of the pandemic. Cruella's song combined showing in theaters around the world and on Disney Plus with the premiere access illustrates that flexibility at this time is crucial, and the overall demand for the great content is strong. The salt in the room came from when Netflix released the viewership numbers for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. Deadline also poured on this. Within just 4 weeks, a film about zombies sanctioned off inside Las Vegas garnered 72 million viewers worldwide. I think it's because Zack Snyder's name was just on it, because it was like, oh, Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Army of the Dead, could be a banger. And it's like, I mean, was it the best film? No, of course not. It was dumb, it was fun, it was great. I'm just gonna say I'm watching the film because I turned my brain off and I watched it. It was great. But it shows this. I watched this, right? Cruella is just not on the same par. I didn't make it Cruella because Cruella is gonna be kind of like in this weird dip, right? Like the more premium that comes out for Disney, the more likely chance that people are just not gonna be watching that content. Maybe except for probably like the Disney shows, like the Disney movies. Like, you know, I think I could put out all the Disney movies on Disney Plus. I'm pretty sure there might be. I think Black Widow is getting her own, is put on Disney Plus and theaters. So I'm pretty sure that showing probably will go up, but I don't know yet. And honestly, I really don't think that Cruella is gonna be that successful a movie for Disney to honestly get a sequel. I just don't think so. I tried to watch it. Honest, he's talking about Army of the Dead. My wife tapped out at the 10-minute mark. I remained confused for another 15 minutes, thinking that the movie looked like that low-budget indie flicks I used to review all the time in the 2000s. One strange world we live in. Honestly, it's a strange. The Army of the Dead's a strange film, but it's a dumb film. This is what it is. But anyway, guys, do you believe that Cruella should get a sequel? And also, do you believe that Cruella should even be in the realm of even getting a sequel, or even just be like a film? I understand that the film, honestly, they honestly had to make the film, but should they gotten a sequel though? Anyway, tell me you guys down in the comments below, and also don't forget that the like button. Also, don't forget to press subscribe. Hey, listen, if that button is red, press it. It becomes gray. Press the bell notification. Click all. And as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.